Today we are with Ashley Adams, and she is running for Troup County Commissioner. Ashley, thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for offering to do this.
Yes. Can you take just a minute and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I was born and raised right here in Troup County, and went to Troup High School, graduated from there, went off to college, and I came back here. I married Gene Adams, who is from Valley, pretty close by. We've got 4 kids together, and yeah, so I'm a counselor here in town. Yeah, so that cover it, or you got more in mind?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us about your relevant work experience and what has led you to run for county commissioner.
So I don't know that relevant work experience is really a thing, because as a commissioner, my job is to be the voice of the people. And so, yes, I've got education and I've got work experience, but that's not what makes me the best candidate. What makes me the best candidate is I'm willing to listen to the constituents. I'm willing to listen to the community and be the voice of the people and reflect what it is that the community wants to our county manager.
Okay, good. Was there any time in your life that just any specific instance that caused you to really want to run for public office?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's probably not what you were expecting.
No,
I have no desire, honestly, I have no desire to really be an elected official. I do not want to be a politician. I know that's part of the job, but that's not my heart at all. I have a servant's heart, and I want to serve the community. And this is where I see a need for right now, and I've had several people encourage me and support this candidacy. But no, I have no desire whatsoever to run a campaign or to be elected or any of that stuff. But I do feel a special calling for this, and I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, good. So are you familiar with the ordinances for the county for housing? Housing is a huge hot topic right now. And so would you support people being able to build houses less than 1,000 square feet in the county?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, good. Another question for you. Recently there was a short-term rental vote, and this some of the new requirements that have been put in place is that you have to own a home for at least 3 years before you can apply for a short-term rental permit. And also, you cannot rent your property for more than 175 days as short-term rental. So, what is your opinion on this? How have you voted, and are you in agreement with it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's an overreaching government. It's an absolute overreach. I would be extremely opposed to that. I'm all about limited government, and here's why. If I was to purchase real estate, I'm not going to the county manager for his opinion on that. I'd come to you. I'd go to Rob or Joel or Angie. I'd go to somebody that knows real estate. And so the idea of our government telling us what we need to do with our money and our resources and our property is just absurd to me. So.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that in a minute with an example.
Okay.
But so you do support smaller homes, and you do support the right of property owners of being able to do what they want with their property.
Absolutely.
And there is the other side of that neighbors, may not like that. And so if you're in the county, if you're not in a subdivision, you may not have covenants, restrictions, you may not have HOAs.
Right.
Those serve as protection. So what is your opinion on, we've got a lot of growth in Troup County, and we have more developers that are coming and looking, and I think this is going to continue. So how do you preserve the character of Troup County, but also promote the growth as well? So how do you balance the two?
Well, we trust the citizens of Troup County. That's what we do. We trust the citizens. We trust the people that love this community. And if you want to live in a community where there are covenances and restrictions, then go there. But the idea that I couldn't go, well, I mean, a good example right now is the convention center. Okay, so we put this here to promote tourism. All right, so let's say you run across a great deal on a lake home that that is in the county. It's on the water. You don't need it for your personal home, but it's a great investment for you. And I can see how you would see that as a broker, as a local broker. So you purchase that, you should be able to do what you want to with that. And I trust that if you are going to do that based on what I know about you, it would be a beautiful property. You would invest your hard, work and sweat and tears into that property so that it is a nice property. And I trust you to do that. And I don't think it's the government's place to tell you, to paint your door white or whatever it is, But yeah, so I completely feel like the government should stay out of it.
So would you support that, the changes or that whole section of the ordinance being reviewed again?
Absolutely.
And I say that because I have been informed of a specific instance where a home changed hands. So it sold.
Okay.
It was already rented as a short-term rental for 3 years. And the new owner had not already applied for a short-term rental permit before this ordinance was approved last week. And now they haven't owned the home 3 years. They've owned it, weeks. And so now they don't meet that ordinance. So just things like that are probably unintended consequences, but there could be more. So
yeah. So that particular owner is probably getting taxed after tax after tax, and that's unfortunate because they probably had to. I'm not familiar with the situation you're talking about, but they probably have a business license, so they're getting taxed that way. They're getting property tax. They're getting income tax. And now they've got to put this application in to the county for the county to decide whether or not they can do that with that property or not. So I definitely think it needs to be reviewed and, quite frankly, thrown out.
Okay, good. And another vote last year on the private sanitation. So there's been a lot, for and against it. So it hasn't been in place quite a year yet, but it was a year contract, so it should be coming up soon for review. I did ask earlier, so I'm not sure if that's going to go back before business of just being renewed, or will it come up for vote, or how that would be handled.
Right.
So if you are elected, how would you handle the end of the year with the sanitation? And how would you move forward with that?
Yeah, so that's a tough one because what a lot of people don't understand is something had to be done. So I think my property tax for the sanitation fee was like, I don't know, $50, give or take, not much. Do I produce more than $50 worth of trash over the year? Absolutely. Unfortunately, we do. And so something had to be done. That's a given. The way they did it, I don't think is the right way to handle that. Martin got involved, and Martin has had huge growing pains. There were lots of problems in the beginning, and I didn't have those problems in the beginning. I signed up as soon as they signed the contract. My trash can was delivered, and I didn't have any problems initially. But there have been some glitches, and that's part of the growing pains. I think Martin's doing a great job. In some aspects of what they're doing, I do think they got in over their heads. And they're working through that, and they're doing the best they can. I think the entire thing needs to be reevaluated. I think we need to be looking long-term and finding out what would work for Troup County long-term. So that would be my answer to that, is we need to look at the big picture, we need to look at long-term, and we don't need to just be focused in on Martin specifically.
Okay, very good. And what do you see is the number one challenge facing Troup County?
the number one challenge facing Troup County. You know, I see several things. Probably the biggest thing that this election is going to be about is balancing. Balancing what we want as far as growth and progress, and balancing what the community wants. And I think my job is to be that attuned representation of the community. So finding that balance, I think, is probably the number one challenge.
Okay, great. And I'm going to give you the last couple of minutes to close out and tell the community why they should vote for you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And thank you, too, for giving me a heads up on it, because I had some time to think about this, all right? So I'm thinking, if I have the camera, I have a mic, and I get to say anything I want to say, what is it that I'm going to say? And at the end of the day, here's what I want you to hear. Get involved. Get involved. And get involved, first of all, for learning all of the candidates. I'll tell you my phone number right now, and you can reach out to me, text me, call me. My number is 706-588-8390. I'm available on Facebook as well, and that number's blasted all over Facebook as well. So get involved. There are 4 candidates for this office. I encourage you to call every one of us and find out who it is that you have the most in common with your values and principles and where you stand on issues. If you want a $3.5 million pool, you might find a candidate that wants that. If you want a multi-million-dollar conference center, you might find a candidate that wants that. If you want a candidate that's got the ideas that you are the expert in your life, and that we need to trust real estate experts for real estate, and you believe that what you do on your personal property is your business, then I might be your girl. So I'm all about order. That's first and foremost. But I also want to be attuned to what this community wants. And at the end of the day, Troup County, the best feature we have in this town is the people. It's the people. And I trust those people. I love those people. And I would say, if you can do anything today, reach out today and love on somebody. Love on your neighbor. Love on your real estate agent. But reach out and be Troup County. Be the community, because that's what we need more than anything else.
Well, Ashley, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to hearing more from you.
Thank you.